Hello, everybody. It is Bird Fever, your favorite avian enthusiast, coming at you. Today we are doing another breakdown of HyperDash. Today we got Dash League's Season 6, Cycle 6, Sky versus Sith. If you're not familiar with HyperDash, it is the greatest shooter on the planet. It is played in VR. It is a 5v5 arena type shooter. Tonight in the match with Sith versus Sky, they're going to be playing Abyss and then I believe Quarry for the domination. We're not going to watch that. We're just going to watch the Abyss tonight. So let's get started. Did I start this? Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, good. All right, following Zach Mack on the rollout. There we go. Seems like they're just chilling out with their heavies. So if you've never watched HyperDash before, the way that the payload matches work, this is the Abyss payload match. This little cart here that my good friend Mad Clever is standing on, that cart moves when there is a blue member on it. It actually moves faster the more teammates you have on it, up until 3. And it stops if you have nobody on it or if a red person is also standing on it while you're standing on it. So the whole objective, all these guys in red, they're going to be trying to kill these guys in blue. All these guys in blue are going to be trying to stay on this cart. So yeah. So in the beginning, there's a nice little swoop move in. Snarples gets a good pick. Gets into the water room. That was a little exposed, but I don't necessarily mind it depending on comms. Yeah, I was worried with... So I love stealing the dash here. Great pick. My only problem with going this way now is that you know that they have to come from this way. So now you're exposing your back to a pretty common enemy route. I think maybe if you had a little bit more dash and moved a little quicker, they wouldn't have got behind you. But I'm wondering if that guy even just came from this route. So it's an interesting concept. You know, when you start to circle, you have to circle that first part pretty hard. Because, yeah, I wonder... All right. I'm not that good at reading the mini-map. So where was this guy? Oh, yeah, I guess just behind. I don't love this from Ares. I understand the concept diving in with the shotguns, but I almost like just kind of holding this room down with the shotguns. You know, one thing I've been thinking a lot for Sky is just like in these opening pushes, I feel like sometimes we just get a little too aggressive and focused on cart. So you watch this, it's good an idea to jump on cart, but this person sees you when you jump here and jumps back. Maybe it isn't seeing you, but now you have 2 people behind cart, so you're not really taking anyone out on cart and you're dying there. Whereas if you would have stayed in that room back there, maybe you could have held that route down and then Sky couldn't have pushed up through that route. And especially, you know, in this early thing, this map has so many heavies, really just letting heavies take care of it from afar. I don't know, something I've been thinking about. As with all this stuff, I'm just saying what I'm thinking. Who knows? I might think something different as soon as I'm done talking tonight. Hopefully not. All right, got a good push by Clever on the cart here. Oh, I gotta plug in. Good clear. This is a long time without... Yeah, for Sky to have spawn advantage, that was a long run with nobody on the cart. I wonder if we were just too pushed up. So yeah, Clever just kind of gets pressured. I think that was a good move, especially given our spawn advantage. I think Clever fighting on the cart and dying there makes a lot of sense. It exposes the Rocketeer. We should have had a person kiting the cart, kind of flagging behind it and then getting that, but that's fine. Another good pick by Bob Diddley. Yeah, we're all just... I'm so bad at reading this mini-map. With the way that Abyss lays on the top of itself, it makes it very confusing to me. That was a pretty little, maybe, you know, I guess you're grabbing the dash there. Yeah, you're out of dash. That was just an out of dash fight. Yeah, we get back to cart. Clever gets on. Really nice job of just being patient and a good spot for Aries. Right back to it. Yeah. I really like the spot by Aries here. It's got some really fundamental things I like. It's got a health spot. It's got access to peekers, so he's probably just looking at his wrist or his HUD comms and seeing when somebody's on cart. Gives him a peek at the dash up here, so he's kind of maintaining these two resources here. Nobody can really see him. This really, we just need to be calling this out, Sky. When somebody gets in there and they're taking advantage of this, comms is what's going to stop that. But that's a really good spot. I mean, I would have almost liked to see him go right back into that room. That room was killer. But yeah, this is, you know, Aries. Let's see. Yeah, Aries is 13-1. Holy cow. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I'm excited to see where he's playing now because he's right back onto a health. So he's making sure, you know, he's not overextending. Ooh, kind of showed his back there. So kind of how Snarple's kind of turned back. Yeah, like right there. Like, that's just such an open pathway. Like, I get that you're checking the cart, but there was nobody on, like, okay, hold on. Nobody on the cart. You grab this. Nobody on the cart. Nobody on the cart. This, I mean, you could have stayed 13. You could have won 14-1. Check your wrist. Nobody's on cart. There's no reason to expose your back right here. And that ends your run. Nice pick by Snarples. Can't stop that CPS. Now Snarples, I love the way Snarples thinks about the game. So sees the rocket, jumps up there. The Rocketeer probably thinks Snarples is running through there. Takes a shot, throws some bounce shots, doesn't race. Comes on an unexpected spot to hassle. Dips behind cover. Always cutting angles, always using the high ground, always using little things that Snarples can step behind. Always enjoy watching Snarples. There's a reason why Snarples is one of the top players in the game. Dipped behind that so that player, even if this player would have aggressively shot, Snarples just dipped behind that cover. Recharge the guns, take the fight. Taking smart fights. I really like this right here. You'll notice with Snarples, a lot of the dashes are going to be like full-length dashes. That was one thing early on. Shout out to Odd when I showed him some game footage. And I think Quad said this to me too. So I think both those guys, shout out to them. They both pointed this out to me. I was not always extending my dashes as far as I could. There was lots of times when I was kind of taking these short dashes where if I would have waited a second, walked a second, I could have been using a full, you know, the full length of the dash. And it just makes you move through the map more efficiently. And more efficiently means you have more resources. More resources means you win more fights. More fights means you win more maps. So it's the little things that build into the big thing. So this big dash right here gets the kill. Not only is it a big dash, but a big dash onto a ledge that allows you to now fall off and kind of dodge some headshots, but also if you wanted to, kind of stick back this way. Good cart focus, keeping that area clear. Realizes we have some room to push up. Right back to that spot. You'll notice this again and again when you watch top players. They've got their spots, and they've got their spots because they work. So map awareness and that kind of stuff is just huge. Nice pick. Right back up to the spot. Nice headshot. Yeah, I mean, that, I can't argue with that. Snarples gets that pick a bunch of times. Warners is a beast. Nice kill. I hate this right here. Waiting for the health. I don't know. Yeah, super low. I mean, maybe at this part, I would have jumped back to the back door, kind of right behind Warner, so that you could have an eye on the fight. Because just right here, you're super low. People know that people are waiting on the spot. Our comms probably called this out that you're low health. You could just get picked off by an unlucky bounce shot. So maybe jumping back and then coming back for a second. But not the end of the world. It does pop up. You grab the health before you get in the fight. Nice kill on Clever. Good flank. And that is why that room is just so important when the cart is at that point. Because of that flank. Nice kill by Snarple's just a Rocketeer magnet. Nice move by Sith getting people behind there. This is just turning into just a brutal fight. Who can get people up here? Sith is just doing a really great job of controlling this hook room. Nice kill by Snarples. And I mean that again, like, why is the hook room important? It's not important just to know that it's not important to know that it's important. I'm saying important a lot. The reason why the hook room is important is because it has that health. It has that ledge you can fall down. It has a bunch of cover, and it's a flank route for red to get behind the cart, and it's a flank route for blue to get behind the defenders. So it's just crazy valuable. So you can see Snarples can get in there, take this kill one-on-one, get the kill, jump up, attack the Rocketeer. What a great kill on the Rockets. Come back down. And I really like... So this is one of those times where I don't mind somebody circling back through. I know a couple times today I've said I don't like when they're circling back. But so Snarples gets that kill, has the whole view here by jumping down this way now, isolating this whole bit of the map where there's nobody at. So not a bad backdash at all because there can be nobody there. Gets the easy kill, double stacks. Only waits a second, knows that they have spawn advantage. Got to start making a move here. Gets the kill. I like that double dash quite a bit. A single dash isn't going to get you what you need here. I like that slide move. A lot of people expect a dash, so it kind of cuts the difference. It gets you back, drops you a level because the cart is a little bit high, so it drops you down. So that was a really nice move to win. I actually don't even think that person was fighting Snarples. They were looking at Clever, but either way, yeah. A good kill, protect yourself. One dash up. That would have been a horrible place to stop. One more dash up is a great place to stop. This barricade actually blocks a lot. This thing blocks a lot. Basically isolates people right in this little zone, which is awesome because there's already a teammate there. Gets the easy kill back on the cart. Love that dash all the way up there, talking about being efficient with dashes again. And then here's where Snarples gets sneaky. This little spawn room is great, but just steps far enough back that nobody can see. Where's Snarples? Nobody knows because the pie has been cut. And now, just engaging with one player at a time in the view. Didn't get that pick. The only thing here now, it's kind of interesting. I wish I could hear like Sith and Sky comms. Like, do they know Snarples is here? Has any of their players seen it? Because that's basically what you need. You need to see one of your players seeing it. Otherwise, this is almost a spot where if you're a red player, you could assume this is a red teammate shooting this way. But really, Snarples is just getting those back picks. I really like this backdash here. I watched this match earlier, and I remember thinking when I saw this, like, great. Because here you're at. All right, you got two players here. One of them should have priority on cart, so Snarples knows that Money has the cart, so you can dash off. But which way do you go? Do you go forward and just get right in their face? Do you jump on the rail and just really push them? Do you jump backwards? I really like this backdash because, again, all of this pillar right here and this spawn and this pillar, that cuts, you know, from here to here if the map is cut off. So now, again, you're just isolating one player. So even if this person kills cart, it's a pretty good odds that if they're focused on cart, Snarples is focused on them. That's going to be a win for us. Snarples can get back on cart and everything is in view. So, yep, they die. Snarples on cart. 2v1. I mean, a quick dash to cart and a little bit of push would have been ideal, but not the end of the world by any means. Alrighty, we are going to take just a quick break. Alright, back to it. A couple minutes before checkpoint. Nice kill and health pickup. Nice kill by Ben. Ooh. Love that move. Alright. Yeah, pops in. Ben gets a nice kill. Picks up the health. Gets another nice kill. Dashes away. I don't even know where that third person comes in, but I like that. it's just like, boom, right? For just a second, I think that's maybe Warner's, had both people in their sights. So, like, even misses were picking somebody up. So, splitting the difference, getting to the side. I always say it's terrible fighting somebody that's fighting back. Always try to fight somebody that can't fight back. So, yeah, nice split by Wander and Ben there. I think maybe the only thing I can say is maybe a more aggressive dash to stay up in their face, especially with rockets and shocks. You know, even if they have to blow themselves up to get you and they take themselves out, that's always a win. So this was just a little bit of a tough shot. You know, you're shooting down, their whole body's not exposed. So right, let's go here. Good move here. Great move to cart. And then, yeah, right there, instead of dashing up to here, you know, maybe getting up in this area so that way you can fall off and attack. And then another thing that does, by staying here, it's allowing both of these players to kind of keep looking in the direction that they're at. If you make that extra long, you know, use all the distance you have in that dash, land right here in front of this guy. Now this guy's going to have to turn 90 degrees to his left and look down here, and that's going to open up this whole area for Sky players to come on in without him being able to see it. Good clear on cart by Sith. We still got one player. Sith is doing a good job pushing forward and taking up space. All right, they're set up with double rockets, minute 36. I love that. I love that, just aggressively taking that fight on the cart. So now, boom, Areas of War has to look. The Rocketeer is focused. These guys are both scared. It just opens up so much of the map for the rest of your players. And dancing and getting that push, very nice. And Ben comes in, gets a sweet pick. A little bit of confusion on who was on cart. Ooh, that was a huge miss by the Rocketeer. That really helped us out quite a bit. Yeah. I guess we still would have had a person behind it. But yeah, nice work. Sky just backing each other up, moving towards the cart, making them have to focus on it so we can get some easy picks. Nice tomahawks by Bob Diddley. Yeah, this is such a tough map for a Rocketeer. Like, the shots in this endgame are really, really hard, and you almost don't want to be that far back because it takes so long to curve them in. But if you stay forward, there's just a lot of ways to get attacked. So I don't know if I would have to watch a high-level match and see what the meta is on the end of this, but I'm guessing it's probably sticking a little bit closer to the cart. But yeah, Sky just jams it through. Nice work. All right, let's watch the Sith push. Let's see where we ended up with Sky. Snarple's going off. 95%. Yeah, we definitely had the edge in killing. Areas of War definitely had a great opening to go 13-1, and then end up 35-27 is still super solid, but that was a crazy opening at 13-1. I'm guessing some kind of teamwork thing where they were holding down an area and some nice routes, some combination of that. Snarple's rocking those SMGs. Already got crazy fast CPS with pistols, but SMGs are hard to argue with. And there's always going to be a level of players that can crush SMGs with charge shots, but that is a top level of player, man. You gotta have some accurate charge shots, but if you got them, you can definitely shut SMGs down. But if your accuracy's not really feeling hot, SMGs can make you very sad. Very, very sad. Got a shout out to Drip Drop, Rehydration or Dehydration Relief Fast, Fruit Punch. 3 times the electrolytes, half the sugar. One of the few drink packets that I think tastes really good and doesn't have any nonsense in it. Not a fan of artificial sweeteners or all that vitamin B stuff, so they're a pretty solid brand. They taste good. A little bit of potassium, vitamin C, magnesium, and zinc. Shout out Drip Drop. Nice pickup on the health by Bob Diddley. Ideally, could have had a player swap you out. Every little second counts, but it's not the end of the world. So what I like here by Snarples quite a bit. So I would have loved, I guess they just killed the person on cart, but, taking a peek at the wrist thing to see if anybody's on cart, but check and got out of there to an area where they couldn't, just a double dash out of there. Like when you're turning your back on the enemy, you really need to move in that direction pretty quickly so they're not just kind of stumbling on you. So that double dash this way I really, really liked. And it caught up with Warner's because Warner's was probably taking a second to rebuild dashes. Easy kill there. Favorite kind of kill. That's a really hard shot. I would almost try to shoot him straight down and catch this corner. With double rockets, you get a lot of splash damage. Arcing him down is pretty difficult in this one because you just have hardly any room. So yeah, just cutting him down. Or you can even do you can shoot him like a little bit off and then, so hold your wrists this way. So not flat style, not up and down, but at a 45, and you can kind of shoot him over and then whip him back down and drop him in that way. But yeah, I still think a straight shot. And interestingly enough, if you don't know this, the rockets actually, I forget what percentage is, but they actually travel faster in a straight line. So when you start arcing them, they actually travel a little bit slower. So in any case that you actually can shoot them straight, it is advantageous. It's not as sneaky, but it is faster. Nice double kill. And that always gets them like that. People always think that Rocketeers are going to fall back. But yeah, quick dash, shoot, dash. Very nice. Scares the crap out of them. Gets a double kill. Oh. Let's see. Oh, Snarples, you had more dash. Yeah, just blasting out of there with dash. That extra second of waiting and looking. Just, you know that you're getting close to being in the safe zone. Just dash, dash, dash at that point. Figure it out in a second. Nice kill by Ares. Way out in the open here. I would have loved to see. So really great job. You're using this corner. You're cutting the enemy players off there so they can't see you. You're taking this one-on-one. You're falling down. You're winning the one-on-one. Immediately dash out back to cover. Dash to right here. Dash over here to get the health. Dash back up here and do something. But dashing back into the open, I mean, it's a small thing that you're able to fall back out, but you walked right back out into the open. So you're just in a shooting gallery here. So I would say on that move, maybe a little bit more after getting the kill, preservation of life, especially because you're up here disrupting a little bit. It's not the disruptor's job to get a bunch of kills. It's the disruptor's job to disrupt. It's right in the name. So just kind of slowing them down, hiding, getting easier picks. These 1v1 fights are super hard, especially when you're on the downhill. You're out in the open. You just had another fight. So really like the kills up until that point in the move, but like I've said before, even the best players, when we see their death, everybody has to die, and it usually comes because some mistake. So, sorry if I'm not trying to point anyone out. You're all playing great. Bob Diddley on cart. 4 minutes and 23 seconds left. I have no idea what league average is on Abyss. Triple stacking the cart. These guys are doing great right now. Yeah, that was tough. I mean, sometimes it's good to just take one more dash, but yeah, you think you're going to win those, and then you just lose them. So, just a bunch of fights in Hook Room. I like this positioning by Money a lot. So, jumps back here, so it cuts anybody off here, so you can just address everybody in the room for a second. Not everybody in the room, but, everybody in this half of the room, which is a pretty small percentage. And then comes down, checks the cart. Nice headshot. And then, again, using this as a blocker, so just kind of relegating to one side. Another really great headshot. Good accuracy today, Money. Oh. And that, you can only take so much of the map. This is definitely like a team game, so that guy's sneaking up. Hopefully we would have had somebody positioned there to take that out, so it's kind of that layering. So, nice play by Money. I guess, okay, if we want to critique that hard, get a kill and move. I think the thing that really stepped my pistol game up recently was thinking about it a lot more as like a Rocketeer. As a Rocketeer, what stepped my game up was, I'd see the best players, even if because I would be like, oh, I think I'm doing good. I'd get a kill and then I would move. Some of the best Rocketeers, they shoot and they move. They're never in the same place for two shots, so they're unpredictable. And with pistols, you can kind of start doing that same thing because players are getting better and better at watching the pistol trails, figuring out where people are, and using the server's being a little bit more sketchy to get even more of the drop on you. But, you know, again, it's a team game. Hopefully we could just build those defenses up, and that would have just been a spot you could maintain. Nice distraction by Wander. Goes back for a health. Click, click, click. Fun fact, even if the dash trail looks green on the cam, it can actually be red sometimes. It always shows green when they put it out there, whether or not they have the energy for it. Ooh, Sky doing good, moving forward. Nice kill by Snarples. So Zach Mack on this one. You cannot be walking through this door like that, especially when you know they have rockets. Like, that's just splash damage heaven for these guys. Like, oh, Saint Slayer, don't push too far ahead. Push as far ahead as you want. You don't have to listen to Saint Slayer. I'm just kidding. Listen to Saint Slayer. She's great. But again, going back to the splash damage, so a lot of times, a lot of Rocketeers will just pre-fire this door because they know people are peeking out and using it as cover. So you got to be really careful using this door when there's Rocketeers, or you will die with splash damage. Very aggressive kill by Snarples. I don't know if I love that push forward, but what I do love... So, okay. Great splash damage kill. Everyone agrees on that. This... you know, what I do like about it is it's on the rail, so it's moving forward. You know, it's not like you're sitting there. So I do like that. It was a great kill, but you're just so exposed to anybody that's like coming up on this rail here. They could have got a cheap shot on you, but you dash back right away. This guy does push up on you, kind of leaves you in a little bit of a vulnerable spot. And then this little tango with this pole is so slick. Just like, boop, you can't get me. Let my teammates deal with it. Get a little bit of health. Duck towards... Right here, small critique. Grab the health. Take a step to the left and open up to the right. So instead of... Okay, I went back too far. But you're going to see Snarples actually turn to the left. And the left is a wall, so there's nothing to see and actually stays out. If somebody would have dashed up through this tunnel, they might have been able to see and kill Snarps. But if you would have taken a step this way and then turned to the right, or I mean even still turned to the left, but been protected a little bit. One thing Quad told me that really helped my game, I was just like trying to always be close to wall. So it's like if you have an option of two different routes there, you know, turning right or turning left, and stepping left and stepping right, stepping towards that wall always cuts off those angles a little bit. You know, so much of this game is just managing how many people you're fighting at once, and that can just be done about where you position yourself. You know, like it's almost like playing a game of hide and go seek, you know. So you're thinking about like you got like a tree or something you're behind, like how can you use that to your advantage? You're only seeing one person and fighting one person at a time. Nice rockets, some pre-fires. Yeah, like don't stand way back on that SMG thing because you know rockets at this stage are probably going to be pre-firing it. Nice kill. I really like that we got somebody on the cart. I mean, it's just so much about, you know, where the other team's attention's at, and when you're red and you can have somebody on the cart, like now they know, like, all right, we got to deal with the guy on the cart, we got to deal with the rockets, and that really focuses the attention. Now the other three players can go out and get some really easy kills, and it really frees it up for the Rocketeer. So, you know, it's almost like the other team, they almost need to deal with the rockets first, because yeah, you deal with the person, you jump on the cart, you're still getting smoked with the rockets. It just kind of builds a deeper layered defense. Yeah, way to tuck in there. Stayed focused on the cart. I like that a lot. Pre-firing, that was a good pre-fire. Guy just got lucky with where they were. They definitely could have died there. Good kill there. Little bit. Let's see. What are we going to say on this one? On that spot right there, I like to... Where are we at? We're at 27 exactly. There's a spot right on the cart. These little lips right here, when you're standing flat on the cart, I mean, it's a hard thing. You fell, but small critique. This is a great place to aim right there. And drop the rockets on it. Good kill there. There was just a lot of guys there, but being slightly off and back would have got behind this post and protected you from this guy on the cart. Small critique, but again, it's all about angles. You always got to die at the end. It's usually just one small mistake opens you up and somebody gets you. Oh, Money doing him dirty. Grabbing rockets, running away. Minute 42 left. Interesting. I thought he was going to pick up the SMGs, which I also thought was interesting. Them straight shots are fast. That's as fast as a rocket can get there. Not only because the rocket speed is fastest, but a straight line is the quickest distance between 2 points. Even if you shoot them straight and then start directing them straight, it slows them down. Yeah, as soon as a rocket starts being directed, the speed slows down. So we got double rockets back up, a minute 04. I would like to see somebody get on cart, but we need to get some people pushed forward first. Ooh, good push up by Ares. Ooh, double. Oh, no. Not good at all. 42 seconds. They still definitely have. Nice move by Wander. That's a great place. Okay, I take it back. I don't necessarily think that I wanted somebody on cart when they were... Ooh, sorry, Maggie. When the cart's back here and it's all the way up this hill, I almost like having somebody on it earlier. When it's all the way up the hill, they can almost stand way back and shoot and get you easily off that. Sorry, I'm putting in eye drops. But as you see Wander, now that he's on the cart now, he's got quite a bit of protection. Or had quite a bit of protection. I like it, getting on cart. The trade against heavy weapons. We have the spawn advantage. That was a great move. Blew himself up with double heavies. We have the spawn advantage. That works. I'll take a 1v1 when we have spawn advantage any day. Jason coming out with those heavies again. Gets one pick. Yeah, it was a great place for Snarbles. That's such a hard spot as somebody. So, like, you're there. Like, what do you do without rock? I guess, like, shooting here and trying to splash them on the front would probably be the best bet in this situation. Because it's really hard, you know, in this league with all the sprinters that you're going to body somebody. Nice push by Clever to get on cart and just slow him down enough for Ben 10 to get a couple of picks. And that's it. Really good. I like Ben's instincts on this one. Like, he knows that Wander's on cart. Like, let's just push him up. Let's make him fight further ahead of cart. Like, let's make him fight around this corner. Yeah. And then, yeah, finished it up. So let's just take a peek at score. Snarple 69 and 36. Almost a 2-for-1 KD. Holla. And you know, I feel like I've been gushing about Snarps a lot on this one, but what can I say? Great combination of map awareness, CPS, aim. You'll just always see whenever you're watching Snarple's POV. Shout out to you, Snarples. You're G. The CPS is great, but just great instincts for kind of like where to be on the map and how to move through the map on certain points. You know, I think we saw one instance where Snarples died going a little too slow, but then the very next did a great job of kind of speeding through as going through their back lines and exposing their back to enemy fire. So nice work. Ben 10, friggin' monster, 47-46, went positive against a very strong Sith team. Let's see, Wander 41-52. I mean, that speaks a lot to the strength of Sith. Like, Wander is no slouch. One of the snipers on our team. Money going 45 and 38. The little bits we saw, and very impressive aim. And an excellent backup and a primary rocketeer. Mad Clever putting in the work, 29 and 41. I probably could pull up the scores. Because, yeah, Clever was on the card a bunch, and you're always going to eat some deaths on that one. So shout out to Clever for doing the heavy work for us. few people I find is hard to kill as Mad Clever when he's doing his, oh, the scores are teeny tiny. It's hard to kill as Mad Clever when he is doing his sprinting. So some really impressive sprint work in the last couple of seasons coming out of Clever. Let's take a look at what Sith did here. We got Warners at 47.50, very close to even. Aries of War, 53.44. Definitely saw some good routes from Aries. Bob Diddley, 46.38. Definitely some solid rockets. Zach Mack, 40 and 55, and Jason Bourne, 27 and 53. So yeah, I would say we definitely had a little bit of killing advantage, which obviously always helps. Not a little bit, with Snarples quite a bit. And I think that just, it's interesting. I always wonder in this game, and I go back and forth, like how much of it is killing power and how much of it is it good strats, and there definitely are some teams that are frustratingly good. I remember last season, this season Bandit beat us, but last season it was always so close, and it was like we would have the killing advantage, but it would be so close because their routes were so good, their group ups, they just got so much out of every kill, where some teams will get, they'll be up disrupting and getting all the kills, but nobody's on cart. So obviously strats are important, but I think there's something to be said for having some killers on your team that just open that up and make it a little bit easier so you're not always under that pressure. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Grind the mechanical skills, get somebody on your team that can just crack. And I think, I 1v1 Snarples on not the crazy frequent basis that we used to, but pretty frequently in the past. And I would always lose, but not by like crazy amounts. But then always by a little bit, but never by crazy amounts. But then in the Dash League, to see Snarples, go off on 2-to-1 KDs like fairly often, I think is just a testament to map awareness. Always knowing where to be and to press those advantages. So, I think in terms of individual player skill, I'm always surprised at how much map awareness can go, as opposed to like mechanical skill. Like, I think mechanical skill, you obviously need to be able to shoot where you're placing stuff. But I think when you get to a certain level, there's a lot to be said for watching some of these top players, figuring out where they go on maps and then trying to replicate that. Big shout out to Castle. Been seeing you put a lot of stuff up lately, and I can't say enough, man. Everybody that casts for Dash League Network, appreciate it. You guys are all volunteers, and you make the league as fun as it is. Half of the fun of this game is watching yourself and your teammates play afterwards. So appreciate you guys and what you do. Appreciate the Dash League guys that keep that all going and all that organization. And Blood Feud on Triangle Factory. These guys need to get back on Dash League and work on it. Nobody cares about mouth breathers. Oh, it's another knockoff military sim game. Everybody's seen that. HyperDash is the most unique and fascinating thing I've ever played. Focus on it. Get the servers better. Come on, guys. We can do this.